Everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we are looking at one of the absolute most fascinating political transitions in modern history. We're talking about a real game changer, a true case study in modern political disruption. We're going to unpack the unprecedented story of megastar Vijay. He's a titan of Tamil cinema who made this massive, almost unbelievable leap from the silver screen straight to the highest political office in Tamil Nadu. Over the next few minutes, we're going to look at the data, the history, and the incredibly structured strategy that took his party, the Tamilnaga Vetri Kazhagam, or TVK for short, all the way to a historic electoral victory.
So right off the bat, you have to ask yourself, why? Why would an actor who is literally at the absolute peak of his career, a guy commanding massive box office numbers, just abandon his highly anticipated final film to lead millions in the real world? It's a move that completely stunned the entertainment industry and shook the political establishment to its core. And to really understand how this happened, we have to look at the parallel tracks of his fictional persona and his real-world ambitions.
And this brings us to a really fascinating contrast. It's almost poetic. In his 69th film, which was an unreleased political action thriller called Jana Nayagan, Vijay was set to play this heroic IPS officer named Thalapathy Vetri Kongdan. But in real life, he stepped right into the role of president of the TVK and, ultimately, the chief minister of Tamil Nadu. The dramatic irony here is just incredible. That fictional movie, Jana Nayagan, which literally translates to People's Hero, was indefinitely shelved because of censorship delays and massive online leaks. But right as the fictional hero's story was halted, the real-life People's Hero ascended to actual power. To really grasp the sheer magnitude of this pivot, I want you to just think about this number. 68. Over a span of decades, starting all the way back as a lead actor in 1992, Vijay completed 68 films. He built this huge on-screen persona defined by action, justice, and defending the common person in massive blockbusters like Gilly, Mersal, and Leo. And he walked away from the whole shebang. He left his 69th film unfinished just to make those cinematic ideals a political reality.
Section 1. Building the TVK Movement. Now, you might be thinking this was some sort of overnight political explosion, right? Well, actually, it was decades in the making. It all started way back in July 2009. Vijay took his massive network of fan clubs, we're talking around 85,000 of them across the state, and organized them into a welfare association called Vijay Makal Yakim. Fast forward to 2021, and this informal group actually contested local body elections and quietly won 115 seats. So this wasn't just a fan club anymore. It was a grassroots political machine testing its engines. And that laid the exact groundwork for February 2nd, 2024, when the TVK party officially launched, which of course led to their seismic May 2026 assembly election victory.
The sheer organizational scale they pulled off is honestly a masterclass in grassroots mobilization. By September 2025, the TVK had enrolled over 15 million members. Just think about that number for a second. In February 2025 alone, they appointed over 70,000 booth agents. They essentially built a formidable, highly structured organization capable of going toe-to-toe with the traditional heavyweights of Tamil Nadu politics.
Section 2. Decoding the ideology.
Right at the very center of their messaging is this incredibly powerful phrase from the classic Tamil text, the Thirukkural. The phrase is Purapokam ella uyakam, which means all are equal by birth. This isn't just some catchy PR tagline. It serves as the foundational egalitarian philosophy that drives the TVK's entire center-left platform. It is a direct promise to strip away societal divisions.
And that philosophy breaks down into some very concrete policy pillars. The TVK firmly positions itself as a secular administration that champions state autonomy, basically meaning they want more power kept at the state level rather than sitting with the central government. They support a strict two-language policy of Tamil and English, entirely rejecting the imposition of a third language. They also strongly advocate for proportional representation as the real path to social justice, and they heavily campaign for a drug-free Tamil Nadu. The party has even openly stated that their ideological leaders are historical titans of social reform, like Periyar, Kamarjar, and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar.
Even the visual identity of the TVK is deeply symbolic. As Vijay himself explained it, the deep blood red on their flag symbolizes revolution and strategic thinking, while the yellow stands for happiness, optimism, and energy. Right in the middle, the emblem features the Vijay flower, which is an ancient Tamil symbol of triumph for the people. And what about those two striking war elephants? Well, Vijay stated they signify unmatched strength and a total readiness to face any opposition.
Section 3. Triumph and Turmoil.
So let's look at the actual results.
In a massive disruption of Tamil Nadu's traditional bipolar politics, the historic May 2026 Assembly election saw TVK emerge as the single largest party. They secured 108 out of 234 seats in the state assembly, and they also made significant inroads in the union territory of Puducherry, winning 2 out of 30 seats there. With the unconditional support of allies like the VCK, this mathematically secured their path to forming the government.
A really massive part of their success came down to some highly effective women-centric election promises. They unveiled these very strategically on International Women's Day. The targeted welfare measures included things like monthly financial assistance, free LPG cylinders, free travel on government buses, and traditional initiatives like providing a sovereign of gold and a silk sari for brides from poor families. It was a strategy that completely and deeply resonated with the electorate.
But look, as with any rapid political rise, the TVK had to navigate some severe turbulence. It wasn't all smooth sailing. The party faced a fatwa from a cleric regarding an iftar party, and they had to navigate complex allegations over past film roles. Far more tragically, a terrible crowd crush at a campaign rally in Kuru resulted in the deaths of 41 people. This prompted Vijay to announce financial aid to the families and sparked a Supreme Court-ordered CBI inquiry. On top of that, there were serious controversies involving TVK supporters allegedly creating fake social media accounts to spread defamatory remarks against journalists and political rivals. It was, without a doubt, a fiercely turbulent campaign trail fraught with immense challenges.
Yet, despite those heavy hurdles, the momentum held strong. Bringing the whole story full circle, that highly anticipated 69th film, Jananayagan, a cinematic tale of a hero fighting the system, was ultimately swallowed up by delays, CBFC issues, and internet piracy. But in a way, the fictional political thriller essentially died so that the real-life political career could live. As the film was permanently shelved, the actor literally traded his movie script for the constitutional oath, preparing to be sworn in as the chief minister of Tamil Nadu at the Nehru Indoor Stadium.
So, the election is won, the transition is totally complete, and the cameras have officially stopped rolling on his cinematic life. But with the real-life Jananayagan shelved forever, how will the real-life people's hero actually govern Tamil Nadu? Can the tightly structured discipline of his fan-turned political machine really translate into effective administration for millions of everyday citizens? That is the absolutely fascinating reality we are all about to watch unfold. Thank you so much for joining me on The Explainer today. Keep asking questions and keep seeking the structure behind the story.